The National Party is resurrecting its war on P, but with a surprising new arsenal: love and compassion. Judith Collins unveiled the party's plan to tackle the harms of methamphetamine on her first campaign stop this week in Napier. Here's our Deputy Political Editor, Craig McCulloch.
Dave Blackley knows the cost of a meth addiction.
I'd lost a relationship, I'd lost everything that I owned, and I'd come close, believe it or not, I'd come close to suicide. I couldn't get any lower.
But he knows hope too.
Now I own my own house, and I got a new car, and I got a motorbike. Great.
Now 13 years in recovery, Dave Blackley works for the Salvation Army, helping others get clean. Others, like Chris Jenkins.
I got well because I was treated with love and compassion.
It's their stories Judith Collins came to hear in Napier, and it's their philosophy she wants to see rolled out across the country.
To us, it's not about saying tough on crime, tough on things. We stand up for victims, but we also know that some of those people who end up in crime, particularly through drug addictions, are themselves victims at some stage in their lives.
National's promising, if elected, to roll out an intensive rehab program for addicts, providing wraparound support in their communities. Known as Matrix in Australia, the 20-week program would be trialled in 11 locations.
The program has been successfully trialled in Australia, where remission rates for meth use were between 55 and 70%.
The plan also promises a detox bed for every DHB and a full-time specialist to help addicts break their habit. Altogether, it's estimated to cost roughly $10 million a year, but the numbers have yet to be finalised. Actually, it's worse than that. Other promises to boost funding for police and customs have no numbers beside them at all, completely uncosted.
Well, we'll be putting that together in our fiscal plan, but I can tell you this, it's going to cost a lot less than letting meth take over our communities.
Ex-leader David Seymour knows how he'd fund it.
I think making it open season on the gang's assets would put them out of business and fund real treatment for New Zealanders affected by their crimes.
National has long had its sights on methamphetamine. In 2009, John Key declared a war on P, making pseudoephedrine prescription only. In 2016, he poured millions more into anti-meth initiatives. This, the latest salvo.
We can either decide that we're going to lose the war, or we can decide to take it seriously.
We have invested millions into addiction services. We are, however, rebuilding from a low base. It means that we're investing in new beds in places where there have previously been none for addiction treatment. There is more to do.
More to do in a battle which has been raging for decades. From Napier for Checkpoint, Craig McCulloch.